Hello everyone, Granite Roots. Today I am roaming on Core Thief Sword Dagger build. And what you're going to see in this is like a two-part series. This first part, this is me right off the blocks. I just set up my build, pretty much got it ready, and I want people to see the learning curves and what learning a new build really kind of looks like. And in this first part, you're going to see me dying and just getting beat up a lot. Although, you gotta give me some credit right off the blocks. I'm trying for a 1v2, and I did okay. And I wasn't going to do this build at all when I was going through some of the Thief builds for a while. Just because I'm not usually very good with the sword. But then someone had told me, I was talking to someone in game, and they had mentioned that they were out doing stuff and seen this Core Thief that totally obliterated stuff. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to use my rotation here. I'm going to sneak up and use skill 2, close gap 5, 1, 3, stealth 3. And they go down really quick when it works right. So this is my first 1v1 off the blocks. Caught him by surprise, so I'm not going to brag too much. Here I thought it was one guy, and I think it started out that way, and then his buddy comes up the hill here. And the hard part about doing Condi Zerker, fighting this guy, is... Actually, I don't think he's Condi. He's just pretty intense. He did pretty well. I stayed too much playing his game. Here comes his buddy. So I'm going to still try, see if I can get anywhere. I mean, I was kind of doing okay. But no. And look at that. I got to remember, when the Harb does his float thing, the Condi Sig doesn't help. It's more of a stun, so I gotta use a stun break versus Condi clear. So I'm gonna get away, and then I'm gonna circle back. They're right there. Now I'm gonna look at my map here for a second. I figured they were just sitting in their camp, so I look at my map, see where I want to go, and classic mistake, they hit me as I'm in my map. But that's not why I lost, but that's just, I might have lasted maybe 5 seconds longer if I had done that. That time I did it right. I just kind of used my shadow step to get out of that grav well thing that they do. I will say this build has insane mobility, although it's still kind of challenging because I'm always going to go back to that ring. The thing that I don't like is if skill 2 had a shorter cooldown would be better, so you could flit around more. Or if someone's trying to get away, it is so hard to catch up to them like I can with other builds. I mean, I could put Infiltrator Signet on there for gap closer, but I don't think that's necessary. I'd rather have the crit stuff. So here I am, finishing up taking a camp, and you can see something's going to hit me right there, like, what? And there's a Mesmer, and watch him just totally, look at that, like one-shots me. Well done, buddy. Good burst, but I'm not going to make it easier to stop me because that's the kind of guy I am. So part 2 of this video is, and here's a multi here. You got 1 green, 2 reds. I went over to do a little something, then I had a guy come up in, but I'm gonna have to make some distance here in a second because I'm getting stomped. The part 2 of this video though, watch for it coming out maybe tomorrow or the next day, is gonna see when I finally kind of get things to more of a rhythm and I start winning fights. But you know, you gotta be ready if you want to learn any kind of PvP here. This is cool. Still shadow step stomp right in the middle of this stuff. Done. You know, if you're doing any kind of PvP, you gotta be ready for, you're gonna lose. As much as no one likes to lose, if you're not gonna go through the losing portion, you're never gonna get to the winning portion. And I kind of just left this in here. I love this mobility poured up. Get them right here. And what had happened when you saw those two run away in that last clip? My ally had chased the green one. I had chased the other guy, but he flew over his glide line, so I couldn't get him. So this one, I had just gotten to the map, used my dagger storm, but I'm going to create some space. I'm going to try to come back, poke him a little bit. but he's too close to camp. There's no way I'm going to win this fight. So I'm going to have to get out of there. I have to use my signet, weapon swap. Again, make some space. Cool thing was I got far enough away that it got me out of combat. I'm going to come over here. He's following, so I know he's going to fight. I'm going to come out of combat. I'm going to weapon swap and get ready. I'm going to hit him as soon as he lands. Well, not as soon as he lands, but I learned later on, if you hit him as soon as people land or whatever, you can really get the drop on him. The thing I like about this build, though, is your skill 3. The reason your rotation is 2, 5, 1, 3, steal 3. 3 pulls boons off, steal pulls boons off. Second shot of 3, if it hits people with no boons, does way more damage. And that's really your damage in here is skill 3. Skill 2 immobilizes them if they're not, and this guy's gonna totally crush me. I had no chance here. He hit me for like 3 or 4k right off. If I'd had another half a second to get that heal off, it might have gone differently, but I doubt it. A loss is a loss, my friends. Just learn from it. But I can't wait for you guys to see the second video. It's one I'm a bit more pleased with when I got my rhythm. Again, this guy totally... Make a little space just to get a breather, find out who I'm fighting and what they're doing. This guy was all burst. Can't see him. I'm going to use Dagger Storm because I knew he was going to trounce on me. So I managed to live another 3 seconds, and I'll take it. A win is a win. I'm getting a little bit better at using my heal sooner, but that didn't help me at all. He just burst me down. Good job, buddy. Alright, so that is part 1 of Sword Dagger Core Thief. Has a lot more potential. 1v multiple fights are going to get easier once I figure that out. 1v1, as you see in this next part of this series, is it works. So just if you're learning, hang in there. This is kind of the process. You're gonna die a lot if you want to be a roamer and you want to do some of this stuff. However, put the time in, put the practice in, find something that works for you, something that you enjoy, work at it, and really the guy that wins in a 1v1 is the guy really that knows his build better. Either way, thank you for watching and have a most excellent day.